backpack with a side mount for the nice Manfrotto main pouch. It fits the Galois really nice with these inserts, even with the quick lock plate on. Battery in the charger. Also a compartment for a little iPad. So I connect to the Wi-Fi and I just scan. If I hit plus, this is the fast scanning speed of 16 seconds. Notice each time it stands still, it takes photos, HDR photos, and while it's turning, it makes the LiDAR scan. So with just this 1 point scan, we don't see a lot of geometry yet, but what you can see, if you click on the point you just generated, you see that it's not evenly lit. Those ghosting artifacts and everything of that will be processed away magically. And this is the result from such a scan. Here, for example, I just implemented a little picture on this monitor here. You can also add these hotspots with links to, in my case, videos to all my reviews. I do a lot of plane reviews, RC content, and also this is my 3D printer corner. So you can have text marks, links to websites, videos, whatnot. You can embed objects. The editor is really great, but as I said, the whole lighting situation here is amazing, and the detail. And this was in standard quality mode, not in high quality mode. Okay, this is about setting this thing up on the field. Nice pouch. Quick lock plate. Don't forget to remove the magnetic lens cover. Then you just long press the power button. It takes around 30 seconds or so to boot up. Set it up as straight as you can. Because this is a unique feature here, I use high and ultra high. Yeah, it scans already, so let's hide ourselves. I can maybe film while hiding here. Scanning speed is a plus. In the high resolution mode it takes longer. Once I have the point I can preview it and then look at the quality, and the quality is nice. It will be better after processing. And you also see the point cloud, which really looks good. I see the tower here. And I will start the next point. Turns slowly. You can also see the progress, of course, on the smartphone here. Orientation works with around 10 meters distance. I know I can compare this to my last LiDAR scan here with Eagle Pro from 3D Maker, and this looks already way better. You see my single points? Having around 10 meters of distance from each other gives enough overlap to see unique features, to have a point alignment that's working. But I love this X-ray vision, this top-down view. And while I'm creating the 23rd point, where each takes a minute, I found that this door here was open, leading to this wonderful chapel. I mean, check this out. We can scan it, at least from above here. Yeah. I instantly uploaded this to Google Street View. You can navigate this as if this was Google Street View. You can try to find all the spots. Oh, there's a hidden feature. There's my phone lying down on the ground. And I was probably hiding below these stairs. And that's the coolest perspectives of this nice church. It's a wedding church, by the way. And I challenge you to visit this location on Google Maps. Just search for Castle Gloggnitz, you will find it. Go to Google Street View and walk around there and try to get inside the building. That's a little treasure hunt. And it will pay off because the inside of the chapel, you've seen it on the video, looked really good. It's to me the most astounding. No matter how much I look around, I don't see a picture seam or ghosting or anything that's wrong in the picture. Maybe here, oh, that's maybe the first little hint of an error. Here in their cloud, this window doesn't have this vertical distortion. While we are in the native web application, the movement, you can also use the cursor keys. You can click, and while it's moving, it gives you some hint of a 3D information. Let's try to zoom up there. It's now pretty obvious that the Google Street View version is inferior compared to when you watch it on there. cloud. The window is definitely way sharper on the original than on the Google Street View. But other than this, it looks pretty good on Google Street View. And the other bonus of their native app is, see these buttery smooth transitions, which also give you the impression of a 3D mesh that you're flying through. Okay, and since the next object is a little bit less accessible, I need to take the bike. Ooh, a deer! That's nice. Okay, thank God I'm alone here. This nice little semi-open chapel. The light is not the best, so we can also test light handling HDR qualities. RCSchim, by the way, I don't know if we met each other already. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're in for a lot of different style tech reviews. I do cameras, 3D printers, 3D scanners like this one, drones, robot mowers, scooters, whatnot. Thanks for tuning in. And now let's continue this review. We are connected. I will show you in standard and normal. I will hide behind here, just outside of the camera's view. Uh-oh. So yeah, you've seen it, it's really quite fast. And about them points, yeah, they align nicely. And since it's so fast, I can do many points. Yeah, let's just speed this up to the finished result in a second. Why should you scan in the high quality picture mode? On their webpage they tell you you can zoom in lossless up to 8 times, but yeah, it's a weird definition of lossless. Zoom up to 3 times and then it gets digital. This is the high quality mode. The text here is a little bit clearer than on the standard. Also here on these wooden panels, I mean, if you view it from normal distance, the standard mode looks good enough in my book. All of the scenes that I show you here, you can view them either on Google Street View or I might have them activated. Why do I choose what to activate? This depends on their licensing mode, which is consumption based and not a monthly fee. Here on the webpage you see the different credit bundles that you can get. 40 credits for $120. There are some free features like upload, edit, preview and store. However, if you want to publish this, it costs you 1 credit per month for a whole tour. That's not too expensive. That's around $3 per month. More professional features like downloading the point cloud to work with it in another software costs you a lot of credits, like 20 here. Also raw image files for marketing campaigns, 15 credits. This stacks up, but also these are options that professionals use and they would have to pay maybe much more to generate data in this quality. This is a pretty straightforward licensing. No monthly cost. You just purchase points and you assign these points to your customer projects quite easy. So it's very transparent and for me it looks very fair what they use. A little tip to save your credits: if you just want to make a panoramic image of a tourist location, you can upload it to Google Street View and publish it via this platform. This doesn't cost you any credits because yes, you have to activate it for uploading to Google Street View, but you can temporarily activate it for 24 hours without it costing any credits. So what's the difference between normal point cloud density that you see here versus high density on the point cloud? There's a lot more 3D information, a lot more accurate because it has millions of points, whereas this is quite sparse. It's enough to generate a virtual tour where you just need to know approximately where the wall is. But if you want to do something with measurement, or if you need the point cloud, which you can also download from them, then you need the high quality LiDAR mode, which takes 1.5 minutes roughly. In nature I had a little bit less luck with point placement. So I see how far I can go around the chapel. It's a German error message, but it means point couldn't be matched with the last point. Decrease the distance and scan again. What does it mean to align the single measurement points? The software automatically tries to align measurements to overlap geometrical features, like I do here manually. If you want to know how to get or view these point clouds without even spending your credits to download them, you can on a scene that's not activated. You have this 3-point menu and can do point edit. You gotta move the slider all the way up, and then you can click points, move them, edit them, delete them, or just view the gorgeous 3D view that your scanner created for you. And if you long press the display, you will initiate the scan and it gives you a countdown so you can hide yourself. So even if this is a touch display, there's no swipe gestures or anything, it's just a long press to initiate the scan. But yeah, you cannot change the quality modes or things like this. For that functions, you need to use the phone app. What are the pros and cons of this device? A little bit heavy maybe. It's a little bit expensive. Those are the cons. This is not a hobby grade device. This is something for you if you are into real estate and want to capture buildings, a villa, something that you want to sell to a customer and make it look as good as it really looks. This Micro Four Thirds camera in there is really good. It takes single photos, but those are multiple exposures, so you always have HDR photos, and they are so good at stitching together different lighting situations. Uniformly lit software and the hardware works together really nice. The LiDAR scanner is actually really accurate. If you want to get the best 3D quality that you can get with the LiDAR, go for the dense LiDAR point cloud. Then it moves quite slow while capturing, 1.5 minutes around, but you get really good amount of 3D points. And I've been testing a 3D Maker Pro dedicated LiDAR, which is mainly focused on making LiDAR measurements, and this one looks better in my opinion. So the app workflow is really smooth, so while you scan, it's actually transferring the measurements over Wi-Fi to your phone. Once you're finished on site with your scanning, you can hit upload there already, or you upload it at home and with your Wi-Fi. Once it's processed, you have additional options, detailed floor plan, not just the standard floor plan. My largest scan from the Castle high density point cloud, high quality pictures, was around 4 GB, and then it processes in their cloud, which can take 1 or 2 hours. As soon as the processing in the cloud is finished, you get a mail. Okay, thanks a lot for watching this review. I hope you know now if this is a good contester for your real estate work or for your, I don't know what you do with this, let me know in the comments. And you can get really nice imagery out of this capturing device. I was really astounded by this. So after this initial review of the Galois, I will just capture a lot of sites around, maybe nice buildings, and I will make an update video in a few months or so and show you my findings, my new findings. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.